The Droids You Are Looking For Canada presents the Video Game Vault.
What? Konami made a different game? Skate or Die? Oh, Skate or Die, bitches! That's right, me and Brian are back for Skate or Die.
Or as I like to call it in my youth, the game of Rage Quit.
There was many Nintendo controllers that died by my hand from this game.
Same here, including one TV.
I created the judo chop before Austin Powers did. I actually, one time I headbutted my controller, I cut my eyelid open. It was kind of weird how that happened.
And we all insist that was still an improvement to his face.
Fuck off. So now this game was made by Konami back in 1988. I was the ripe age of 6. Brian is 5. 5, holy shit. Let me tell you, this game came out, people were fucked up. You got to play this game, you start off and you meet this guy in a skate shop. And let me tell you, he's pretty fucking creepy and borderline British. I think he's British. He looks British. So you have 5 options. Well, 6 options. You can do a joust, a race, a jam, a high jump, and a freestyle. Or you can be badass and do them all.
compete in them all.
Yeah. Now, we remember this game specifically. I won't lie to you. I didn't do anything else besides
Freestyle was my thing because anything else just resulted in me crying and dying. Which I guess is how they kind of came up with the name.
crying.
If anything, this was Konami's version of Excite Bike on 4 wheels.
Oh my god, this game lost hours. Like, it was a fucking nightmare. There was days I'd be crying in bed. No, I won't lie to you. I was a fat kid growing up, and skateboarding...
Sir, you don't know what fat was as a kid. I've seen your younger pictures.
Oh...
I was a fat kid who tried to skateboard because it was cool, it was the in thing. I'd put my foot on the skateboard, I'd push off with the other foot, and the next thing I know, my ass is hitting the ground.
Yeah, and you clearly didn't improve your looks from that. That's upsetting. Now, the beauty part is about Skate or Die is that it gave you a lot of different options. And this was during a time that skateboarding, I won't say it wasn't popular. It was on the cusp before the Tony Hawk era began.
Yeah, but this is when it really began with the bigger boards. They're not trimmed down.
But the problem is when this game was created, I think the developer, the actual creator's game, was like, let's find a reason to piss people off. Because let me tell you, this game succeeded where other games have failed.
Ninja Turtles.
We're not even going to talk about Ninja Turtles. I wasn't even going to bring it up. It's not even on the list.
Okay, I'm sorry. Ghost and Ghouls.
Just watching even the scene with the joust. We were just watching the scene with the joust. We remembered how ignorant it was.
I actually never finished a joust race.
I don't think there's a lot of things people didn't do. Like, even when I did the half pipe over in this game was called the high jump, which is the half pipe. I would sit there and spend more time doing that and doing grinds and tricks than did anything else because everything else was too goddamn hard.
Yeah. However, I will say this to this defense. I remember logging many hours in this game, rage quitting a lot. Given today's technology, clean this game up, it could probably be a winner.
Oh, absolutely. I think that the problem is, though, with the skateboarding industry, it's died off. There's been too many Tony Hawk games. They even did a game. Even Tony Hawk even made a fucking game where they had a skateboard for you to use during the actual game.
I remember that. Wasn't it for Wii?
No, I think it was multi-platform. The problem is that the fucking thing never worked. And then EA came out with their own game called Skate, which I remember trying that because I'm like, oh my god, this is like Skate or Die. No joke. And I rage quit because they're so goddamn hard. But Skate or Die, you would spend so much time in the skate shop working on your boards and going back out there. But the problem was that you were purposely hurting yourself because you're like, I got a new board. I'm going to be able to do this. And you're thump as your head's bouncing off the concrete. And it is so angry just playing this game. Like, oh, now I need to download it. I'm going to need to put it on an emulator now just to re-understand the frustration that came with this game.
Oh, I still remember the frustration fresh in my mind.
Well, it's just even the scene where you were just doing the joust and the guy trips you. Fucker. Like, you get pissed off.
I don't ever remember getting tripped by the guy. I remember hitting every hazard.
Oh, we were watching just the downhill. Because every little goddamn thing that was in the way.
If you were off so much as a millimeter, you were done.
It doesn't even make
sense. There was no give. There was no, you went over rocky terrain, slow down. It's, you do not pass go. You get to get a face plant.
You get to roll down this motherfucking hill now is what you get. Oh, so fucking frustrating. They even made a sequel to this game. I don't know how far it went, though. But they also did a version called Ski or Die in 89, which was the sequel. But the true sequel, Skate or Die 2, came out in 90. But it didn't do as well as the original. I think that...
No, because everyone was still upset and raging over the original.
This game was given such bad reviews back in the day. To me, and to Brian maybe, we were like, oh, this was good. But I mean, back in the day, no. Like, I mean, we would get so angry over these games. Nintendo was notorious for making games too goddamn hard.
Yeah, because it was all before the kids of today get the games given to them. Hey, look, here's the hint. Here's what you gotta do. I remember having to sit there and figure out that you had to jump on this Goomba's head or Turtle's head to reach the next platform.
I think that there was, in this type of game when it came out, it was fun and may have helped revolutionize the skating industry going in towards the Tony Hawk era. But this
I would say this is a solid precursor to the Tony Hawks.
I would say that, but it was also...
Decades beforehand, but it was there.
But the problem is that the other games did not learn, and they got too repetitive, or they were too hard. It was one or the other. So that is us in Skate or Die. If you have an emulator, download it if you're willing to take it on. But I'm telling you right now, out of 10, this is a solid 2 for me. I don't know about Brian, but I remember this game just being overly frustrating. And I did play it on an emulator a few years back. I played it for like 5 minutes and crashed it.
Well, I'd give it a rating, but honestly, I'm still taking Road Rash off my knees at this point.
Oh, he was on his knees! Anyways, thanks for checking out for another episode of Video Game Vault on the Droids You Are Looking For website. Like I said before, if you have any games you want us to review, please post it. Brian likes Barbie. So if you want to throw that up there, please do
if
so.
If it comes in, Todd's getting punched on a random podcast. He won't know when it's coming.
And on that note, Brian, close it.
Enjoy your chimichangas.
Game over, man. It's game over.
Thanks for listening to the Droids You Are Looking For podcast. Stay tuned for next week's podcast.
Remember, the Force will be with you, always.